What's up, everybody? How is it going? Finally could shoot a video. I've been working a lot of hours, so they kind of put my video making on hiatus. So in the background, we're gonna be listening to Sadistic Execution's Chaos that was released in 1997. Brandon sent this to me last week, and it's taken over my CD player. I've been listening to the shit out of this, so thank you, Brandon. And it gave me a little bit of a video idea, I guess. It got me on a spinning kick of anything from Australia. So I got 6 other albums. I call these the goats of Australia. 6 goats from Australia. There's some death metal there, some black and thrash, some black metal, some badass shit, badass dark evil shit from the country down under. But anyway, this one really got me on this kick, and this is an absolute fucking gem. I've never listened to this before till recently. Brandon sent me a couple Sadistic Execution albums. I was already familiar with this band. Their debut is my favorite, which I'm getting ready to show, but this album right here, this riff, bass work in this album. The guitar is just something about the guitar is so unique. I love the guitar work on this. Very evil, and some kind of dark, invokes some kind of dark swirling effect, I guess. The vocals seem unhinged. We don't worship Satan. Obviously, he says we're Satan's nightmare. This song right here is called Digincta Infantis. This is a motherfucking badass motherfucker, and it might be my favorite by this band now. But my original favorite is this one, the Magus. This one seems unhinged as well. I believe this was released in, I didn't even look it up, to be honest with you. I like listening to this shit with war metal or bestial black metal. I know they claim to be a death metal album, but this album is so black and dark. It feels like you're in an abyss when you listen to this thing. It's suffocating. The vocals have this echo on it, just like on this album. It seems like he's in some kind of void or chasm. It's fucking spitting out fucking angry, evil shit. The Australians know how to do it. Just as dark and evil as the Germans and the Brazilians. Just absolutely unhinged, dark. Love that album. I will post links in the description below in case you don't know some of these tunes, but most of these are well known. Anytime I think of Australian extreme metal. These are the ones I go to the most. This is Destroyer 666, Unchained Wolves, 1997, out of Melbourne. Another one. It took me a long time to finally get a copy of this. I knew about this album some around the time it was released. One of my friends had a copy of it. I had him dub me, or actually I had him burn me. That might have been a little bit later then. He ripped this off for me on CD. Then Hell's Headbangers reissued it last year, I think, and I jumped on it. I probably should have bought it on vinyl too. I absolutely love that artwork. Wolves are my favorite animal. But this album is kind of tribal. It's kind of it's a weird black and kind of thrash metal album, and it sounds very enchanting and filled with sort of dark mysticism in it, I guess. The songs, a couple songs are pretty long. Makes this album fucking amazing as fuck. They do some stuff, some chanty kind of stuff in it. But it's probably, you know, it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the best albums that ever came out of Australia. And I love, there's another album they did that doesn't sound anything like this. It's more of a black and speed thrash that I'll probably include in my favorite black metal or black thrash albums. Eventually I'll make that video, but back to this. Yeah, there's a mysticism about this. Even though it's from Australia, it does give you a cold feel. Maybe because it's due to the blue artwork with snow and a wolf on it. But it does have a coldness to it, which is obviously weird coming from Australia, but it works. Masterpiece. Another one, this is actually the very first album I heard come out in Australia. I listened to this probably in 89 or 90, sometime around there. I had the cassette. This is Hobb's Angel of Death, and this is just a pure thrash metal album released in 1988, and I believe they're from Melbourne as well. And something about this album, it has its own sound. It's got a little mixture of Slayer and Dark Angel, in my opinion. It's on that cusp. And my favorite track on this is Satan's Command. It is evil as fuck. I love the shouty vocals, the guitar work. Definitely the #1 thrash metal album from Australia. Everybody knows this one. You see this one shown quite a bit. But yeah, Satan's Crusade is my favorite song. House of Death is awesome. Lucifer's Domain. Obviously, this is very satanic. Jack the Ripper is another one. But yeah, I just think this one is an absolute goat. So, one of the 6 goats of Australia. This one's a little bit newer. Released in 2012. This is a death, it's kind of a blackened death doom, I guess. Another one where the vocalist sounds like he's screaming from the void. Very deep guttural with a lot of reverb. It gives you that suffocating feel that you're in some kind of abyss. Not necessarily a fire abyss, some kind of forested, I guess, evil, dark and abyss, prehistoric. And this album just gives me that vibe. It's very heavy, very heavy. And the doom moments in this is just absolutely breathtaking. Can't recommend this album. If you don't know this album, I can't recommend it enough. This is just an absolute freaking masterpiece. Definitely my favorite death metal album from Australia. I love this Australian death metal. It looks so fucking badass. Love this artwork too. name of this album, if I didn't say it, is The Lure of the Occult. And it just has this kind of vibe to it. A little bit of evilness and darkness. Blasphemous. It's kind of like this, and it cracks me up. I don't know if I said it, but we don't worship Satan. It cracks me up. They say something in the first track I was playing during the video. We were Satan's nightmare. Kind of cracks me up. So this one right here, this is some Blackened Death from Australia. This is Anatomy with Where Angels Die. It's a little bit sloppy, but that's what gives it the charm. It's the drums are just a little bit out of time on some songs, but for some reason it fucking works. I don't know why. Got pretty cool synth intro. Definitely amazing album. Released in 1997, or 1996 actually. So about the same time. Sadistic Execution's Chaos and Destroyer 666 and Chain to Wolves, and then you had this one. But this one's so fun to listen to in the backyard with a pit fire in the winter. Not necessarily a snowy day, just one of those days where the leaves are falling down, like maybe a Sunday afternoon with overcast. Build you a little fire, get you a little Jack Daniels, and take some shots, hang out, smoke some cigarettes, blast this motherfucker as loud as you can. Just really fits that kind of atmosphere. Love that artwork. But it's another one of those claustrophobic sounding, chaos-filled black metal, death metal albums. Absolute hidden gem, of course. This is another one Brandon Dement sent me. Actually, never heard of this band, I don't believe, until I received this in the mail. Definitely check this one out, especially if you like that kind of obscure 1997 or 1996 black metal. Oh, it's more death metal, but it's got heavy doses of black metal in it as well. And then the last one I'm going to show you is this one, Bestial Warlust with Blood and Valor, released in 1995. And I actually heard this about that time it came out. One of my buddies had it. He was really into I guess the bands, I am too, but the bands that nobody knew of back then. That's what we really strive to go for. That's kind of why I know a lot about some underground stuff and hidden gems. It's through those group of friends, but this is another one that just, you put this in and you can imagine, you can envision this battle going on. You could see a charge and a collision of a massive mob of armies wielding swords and this black flag right here. Fucking goat, ram, ibex, spears, smoke, the sounds of freaking swords colliding. This album is just an absolute fucking masterpiece. I love both albums. I have two of their albums. This is my favorite one. Love this fold out. I finally got a copy of it. I used to have this just strictly on dumb cassette. Then I think Hell's Headbangers released this or somebody. Can't remember. Can't see a record label either. May not be Hell's Headbangers, but that's where I got it. Love that fucking ibex. But yeah, this one is a swirling bestial black metal, war metal fucking beast of an album. Probably my favorite. If I can learn how to fold it, but definitely probably my favorite. There we go, finally got it. There's one song on here where it kind of starts out a little bit slow. It's a little bit more progressive. But that song, for some reason, Not in the movie The Prophecy. I think there's one scene where there's a bunch of impaled angels, and you can hear them crying in the background. Every time I listen to this album, I kind of envision that as well. Some kind of battle against darkness and evil. That's what this album is. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's kind of a short and sweet video, 15 minutes long. But I just really want to share these 6 albums, actually 7, and what the land down under has to offer. There's some freaking dark shit down there. Kind of really cool to play that stuff with the Brazilian and the German stuff, and Canadian stuff. I think Canada has some badass fucking dark shit from that area too. You know, of course America does too, but for some reason the Brazilian, and you can tell it's Brazilian, Australian, you can tell it's Australian, German, you can tell it's from Germany, Canada did it again, Canada, you can tell it's from Canada. The American shit, it's kind of weird because it's so East Coast vibe or Floridian or the New York brutal death metal scene. Like, they all have their places, maybe because the U.S. is so large, but it has its different scenes as well. But I think since I'm from America, or listen to metal from America, that's maybe it's not as mysterious as the stuff overseas is. I don't know what it is, but something about the stuff from different countries has a different kind of feel, and it gives you kind of their experience and what they kind of like, and their little twist on our favorite genre. But anyway, that concludes 6 goats from the Australian black death and thrash metal scene. That may be the freaking title. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna try and make some more videos. Like I said, I've been busy at work and I haven't had time to shoot videos, but I'm gonna be off for a while. I'm supposed to be in Minnesota right now, but we didn't get to leave. But I think we're gonna head to Minnesota maybe tomorrow and stay there a few days and come back. I love Minnesota. They have their own accent up there. I was visiting up there probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I was talking to some people, and they said I had a southern accent. And honestly, I said no, the people from the south have the southern accents. And then they said something that I really wasn't expecting, and they said, well, you're from the south, and I guess we are, but Minnesota has that Minnesota fucking accent. Cracks me up. Different accents in America. Even in Missouri, the Boot Hills have their own kind of drawl, and I don't know. It's kind of funny. And you can hear it in some of the music, especially German. You can hear their accent in their music. Australia, not so much. But definitely the Germans and the Brazilians. But anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm going to get off here and upload this video. And I'll post links in the description below. And if you have any suggestions of other Australian gems, just post them in the comments below, what your favorites are. And if I don't know it, I'll look it up, and maybe I'll get a copy of it as well, so I have it in my collection. And start building a bigger Australian collection. I have quite a few more, but those are the 6 that just jumped out in my mind right off the bat. So anyway, y'all have a good one. I'm still fucking rambling. Later.